Hello from Cards Camp. Rich Gray alongside Bob Kemp and Ed Cole. Another Cards Camp report, NBC Sports Radio AM 1060. And once again, injuries to start off, and it's definitely not good for the Cardinals.
No, it's not. Mike Iupati was considered this morning, according to the coach, not a big injury, not a big deal. And reportedly, he's going to miss 6 to 8 weeks with a knee injury, which may likely will require surgery, according to the report by Adam Schefter. And Schefter has usually been pretty on target with his Cardinals reports for several years now, even since the Flagstaff days and the previous coaching staff. So, there's no reason not to believe him. So that's unfortunate. And, that means, assuming the Bobby Massey suspension, which he also reported first, right, is accurate, that 40% of the offensive line is going to miss at least the first 3 games of the season. And if you look at the schedule, which we've talked about a lot since it came out, the dynamic of their schedule is they need to get off to a fast start because they have the stretch of 2 games in 9 weeks at home a little later on.
Yeah, you got those 3 out of 4 at home. We talked about that stretch you talked about where you get on the road. You end with 3 out of 4 at home, which is a plus, but that in between is certainly not a good thing. And now that you have their offensive line, like you said, 40% of your starters out. What did you guys notice from practice from the guys who are going to be trying to replace Bobby Massey and Iupati?
Corey Peters also went down today with Mike Jurecki's reporting it may be a calf or an ACL.
No, Achilles. Or calf, which would be Achilles would be the worst, I would think, of those. Yeah. You never know, but Peters has been good, and certainly the number one guy at that position. So that's another thing. And unfortunately, they don't talk to us after practice, the afternoon practice. So we'll just see how that goes. But we're talking about a surplus of good defensive linemen right here yesterday, and now that changes things completely.
What did the injury report look like, Ed?
Well, we had Peters and Iupati to this list. Robert Crisp, Michael Floyd, Jonte Green, Gerard Powers was limited today, Shaq Riddick, and Sean Weatherspoon.
Plus the old person's list today.
Yep.
Yeah. Anybody that had 10 years or over did not practice today. Arians giving them the day off, giving them a bone.
Even though Carson Palmer was still out there, Larry Fitzgerald was out there, Frosty Rucker was out there, and Corey Redding was out there coaching.
They were on the field.
Yeah,
I mean, they weren't.
But they were in a coaching capacity, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
So back to the question that I was going to pose to you, the replacements for Iupati and Massey. How did they look out there at practice?
I don't think well or good or whatever the right one is. You got Ted Larson. I mean, I have a 53-man roster last Saturday, and he wasn't on it. He's out there with the ones in the left guard position. We keep hearing how good Earl Watford is, and yet every opportunity there's a chance for him to play, he doesn't. So at some point, I think this is, once again, we can't believe everything the head coach says. And that list is kind of mounting here, quite frankly, of guys that they keep talking up and they never get a chance when they have a chance. And I just can't imagine an offensive line with Larson and Sal to start the season. Sal gets blown up every day here. Okafor just uses him. And today, I guess he had a rough time even against a couple of backups. So I think I'm very, very discouraged at the moment regarding this offensive line. Basically, I don't even think it's arguable. 2 of their second and third best offensive linemen are not going to be playing the first few games of the season.
That's certainly not what you want to have 2 weeks into the preseason, or really 3 weeks if you count the first week.
Yeah, especially like you said, you've got the Saints, you've got the 49ers, you've got the St. Louis Rams all in the first 4 weeks.
Yeah, and even the Niners still have some guys in the front that can play a little bit, but certainly the Rams and the Saints have pass rushers. I mean, they can't stop the run against us, but they don't care about the they don't really care about the run,
right?
But they can get to the quarterback.
Yes, they can.
So that's an interesting dynamic in itself.
What else kind of stood out at practice this afternoon to you, Bob, besides that?
Not a lot, quite frankly. I mean, there was a lot of the 2s and 3s, and it was even hard to determine who were the 2s and the 3s with some of the guys that were, the old person list. So, and there were a whole lot of incomplete passes because number 3 wasn't on the field, basically. There was maybe the worst pass that Drew Stanton's ever thrown in his life. They went right to Patrick Peterson.
Yes.
that if there was any arc on the ball at all, it would have been an easy touchdown, quite frankly. But I'm sure that Stanton would even admit that was just horrendous. But it was yesterday. I actually thought was the most enthusiastic, energetic practice of the 12 that they had, and today was 13. And today, I just didn't think there was much going on.
Well, you will have plenty more on Bob Kemp's Bottom Line on NBCSports1060.com. Ed, what do you got working on?
Yeah, we're going to work on a Mike Iupati story, and we'll just put this video together and see what else happens. Maybe do a story on Drew Stanton. But obviously, Iupati and Corey Peters are the two big stories of the day.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, it seems a lot of times we've been doing these Cards Camp reports, we've been leading off with some sort of injury to start the report.
Almost every day, unfortunately. And to add to that, no number 55 out there again today.
Yeah.
Sean Weatherspoon is nowhere near, it appears, playing.
And that still hurts. That really hurts the inside linebacker.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So, again, we'll be out at the Nest tomorrow for the last one of the week with Thursday as they will practice. But we will be. You got more?
No, we got my people.
Yeah, I was getting to that.
What do people say?
I was getting to
I'm
that.
still trying to find them, but when I find my people, I'm gonna kind of encourage them for me to show up on Saturday.
Okay. Yeah.
Depends what the compensation is.
So again,
It's a good start.
that is a good start. But again, we'll be at the Nest.
Too bad there's a game. We could just drink.
We'll be at the Nest tomorrow on Thursday. We'll be back in the studios on Friday, and then
Well,
we'll
you
have
could drink, too.
special live broadcast.
Oh, you're just so fun. So fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Feel
again,
better the next day, though, huh? Okay.
I believe the Bird Gang fan club is going to be back too,
Really?
as well. So that's what Andy told me
So I have
today.
to drive my car again
Yeah,
out there?
you have to drive your
If I am there.
Yeah. Anyway, so for Bob Kemp and Ed Cole, I'm Rich Gray. This has been another Cards Camp report on NBCSports1060.com. We'll talk to you tomorrow.